Hello and welcome to Wednesday's programme. We're live across the West Country.
Coming up tonight between now and 6:30.
Good evening. The future of Plymouth Airport could be decided once and for all as a government planning inspector assesses whether the runway and terminal buildings should be demolished.
It closed its doors in 2000.
Well, Nick Smith joins us in our Plymouth newsroom now. So, Nick, have there been any further developments on this story today?
Well, the case for fly...
On to other news now. Royal Cornwall Hospitals Trust has formally responded to a consultation on modernising radiotherapy services in the county.
Marks and Spencer has announced plans to shut its store in the middle of Falmouth, putting 60 jobs at risk. It is one of...
Buses will continue to run as normal from the current bus station in Exeter City Centre until May. Services...
The St Austell and Newquay MP has called on the government to put an end to holiday home owners in Cornwall not paying council tax. Steve Double says some owners are exploiting a loophole and paying business rates instead, which costs them much less.
Now, England's oldest golf course is slipping into the sea. The Royal North Devon on the coast at Westwood Ho was founded in 1864, but recent storms and high tides have been eroding part of the playing surface.
There are also... And you are watching ITV News here in the West Country with Kylie and Jonty. Thanks for choosing us this evening. Still plenty more to come on the programme before 6:30, including...
And after the weather rather spoilt proceedings last time around, at last it's playing ball and we're ready for the Truro City of Lights. And it should be largely dry. I'll give you all the details a little later in the programme.
And straight after us, the ITV News continues. Here's Mary Nightingale with the details.
But next on this evening's programme, when the First World War broke out in 1914, women were still fighting for the vote. Yet during the conflict, over 2 million started working to replace the men sent to battle.
Well, proving their ability to take on most jobs, including working the mine in Casores near Truro. Well, let's take a look at some more news from across our region now. And new measures are being rolled out to protect salmon in the rivers Plym and Yelm.
Plymouth's taxi drivers could be banned from wearing jeans, football tops, hoodies and trainers in a bid to improve their image. The council says...
And a school that's been educating children on the lizard for 135 years closed for the last time today. Numbers at... Well, next tonight, the author of a book of poems inspired by holidays in Cornwall has been awarded posthumously at the Costa Book Awards.
Helen Dunmore's Inside the Wave features her favourite beach in St Ives on the cover, and her experiences by the seaside feature in many of her writings. David Wood has been talking to her daughter, who collected the award. Tess Charnley talking to our reporter David Wood there. Let's move on to sport now, and it's a big day in the world of football. It is, of course, transfer deadline day. It all ends at 11 o'clock tonight.
Well, not too many headlines in our region, but there is a big match for Exeter City. They're in action at St James Park tonight, looking for a win against Forest Green Rovers to get their League 2 promotion push back on track.
And that's where we've sent our reporter Jeff Welsh. Jeff, the game was originally scheduled for Boxing Day, wasn't it?
And Jeff, we mentioned it's transfer deadline day today. Any big moves for any of our clubs?
Now, crowds of up to 30,000 are expected in Truro this evening for the annual City of Lights Lantern Parade.
Yep, the event had to be postponed in November because of the bad weather and was rescheduled for tonight, where despite more wet and wintry showers today, organisers are determined not to let the Cornish skies dampen spirits this time around.
No, Kathy Wardle is in Truro for us tonight, where the children are starting to gather ahead of the event. Very busy there tonight already, Kathy.
Indeed. Kathy, thanks very much. And if you are heading down there, I think probably take a brolly. It doesn't look very nice at all, does it?
No.
Go and get warm, Kathy. Thanks.
Fingers crossed it clears up.
Yeah. Now, just in case you missed it on last night's programme, one of the stories proving incredibly popular on our social media today, I don't know why, is Plymouth. To take a look at what the weather has in store for us, Becky Mantin has the details.
Hello there, very good evening to you. I hope you've had a lovely day. It hasn't been too bad from a weather point of view, but it has been rather chilly. And don't forget, plenty of excitement happening in our skies overnight tonight, as we've got a super blue moon. Why is it super? Well, it's because it will appear 30% brighter and 14% larger. It almost has a sort of eerie feel about it when it's that big and that bright. And it's referred to a blue moon, but not because of the colour. It's because that's the terminology that we would use to describe the second full moon in one calendar month. So very exciting, and it really should be quite an amazing sight. Have a look at it early evening and perhaps just before sunrise tomorrow. Now, the weather tomorrow is going to be another fairly chilly one and fairly unsettled as well. Sunny spells, showers, as I say, that chilly wind that carries on for the next couple of days. And that's because we've got low pressure sitting towards the northeastern parts of Scotland. It's going to travel away towards Scandinavia. And as it does so, just watch the squeeze on the isobars. This squeeze indicates to the winds really strengthening. And look at the direction that they're coming from as well, straight down from the north. So very cold indeed. You'll definitely feel that if you're out and about through tomorrow. So we look ahead to the detail then for this evening and overnight. As you can see, a fair few showers rattling in, and we are going to be seeing some longer spells of rain at times as well. But the strength of the wind is actually going to be keeping the temperatures up a little bit. So generally speaking, it will be above freezing. Then we look ahead to tomorrow, a mixture of sunny spells and showers once again. Again, some of those showers could be fairly punchy and maybe fairly wintry in nature, and it will certainly feel very raw indeed in that very cold wind. That's it from me. Have a lovely evening. See you later.
Becky, thank you. Before we go, let's give you a reminder of the main headlines here in the West Country this Wednesday evening.
And that's all from us this evening. I'll be back with the late news. That's at the usual time of 10:30.
Now, though, we'll hand you to Mary Nightingale as the ITV News continues. From all of us here, have a lovely evening. We'll see you tomorrow at 6 o'clock.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.